Every title has a story, and this one, it started long before a ball was kicked in the league. Pre-season wasn't about fitness. It wasn't about sharpness. It was about building something special. New standards, new expectations, a squad that would go on to become champions. It all began on a sunny afternoon in Largs at the Inverclyde Sports Complex. From day one, the message from Jamie McKim was clear. No one is bigger than the team. Standards would be the best in the league. And success, that would take every single person in that dressing room and beyond it. Our pre-season opener, and it was a proper test, Stranraer FC, aside from League Two. A game where Jamie asked real questions of his players that he'd assembled from day one. The fixture went like so. The pre-season opener finished as a 4-2 win for the visiting side. However, some quality minutes in the legs, lessons were learnt, but most importantly, that team unity that the gaffer wanted to build as early as possible, those foundations had just been laid. Next up for the Medda in pre-season saw Dumbarton FC from League 2 come to Medda Park. The gaffer's final words in the changing room before kick-off were, "I'm looking for a team response. I want to see our character today. Go out, play your game and enjoy yourselves." And this 7-goal thriller was definitely value for money. It didn't disappoint the fans watching from around the park. Full time at Medda Park that day, the result was Meadow 4, Dumbarton 3. Medda led early in the game twice, but each time Dumbarton hit back, and then they turned it on its head, going 3-2 in front. Was the game slipping? Maybe last season, but not this team. The gaffer had asked for character, and the boys delivered. Medda dug in, fought back, and turned it on its head. 4-3 winners. Goals, drama. And as some fans said at full time, they seemed to show a real hunger to win. At the time, it felt like just another pre-season game. However, looking back now, was it a warning sign to the league that this team were never beaten, just running out of time? Next up, it was a trip to St Anthony's. St Anthony's, a West of Scotland Football League 3rd Division side, presented a different kind of challenge. After 2 demanding opening fixtures against professional opposition, this was an opportunity to shift the focus. It wasn't just about the result, but about the performance. It was a chance to implement the style, the structure, and the standards that had been drilled into the squad by Jamie McKim from day one. Pre-season is all about building, and this game allowed the group to put those ideas into practice in a live environment. As always, at this stage, key rotations within the squad would be required. Managing player loads to avoid early knocks, soft tissue injuries, and also giving every player an opportunity to stake their claim. Because one thing was already clear: no one was guaranteed a jersey. Every minute of playing time had to be earned for the season ahead. A good day's work on the pitch, followed by a well-earned evening for the management team, with a trip to Mr. Singh's, one of Glasgow's most well-known spots. However, the meal was delayed while Woolley jumped off to get a pre-meal haircut. Upon reflection of the game, the gaffer was pleased with the application the boys had shown against St Ant's, but he knew there was much more to come from this group. Next up, Beechwood Park, a step up in every sense. Auchinleck Talbot, runners-up in the West of Scotland Premier League the season before, one of the benchmark sides at this level, and there was no time to dwell on the task at hand. A quick turnaround, midweek football, exactly what this pre-season was built for. By design, the schedule tested more than just performance on the pitch. It demanded professionalism. Recovery off the pitch, preparation off the pitch, setting the standards away from the club as much as on it. Because as the season would go on to show, what the lads did in between games mattered just as much as what they did during them. An excellent run out and a real solid test against the bot. Auchinleck Talbot away from home is never straightforward, pre-season or not. Medda went behind early, but the response was outstanding. 3 goals, real control in the game, and a deserved 3-1 lead before a late consolation saw it finish 3-2. There aren't many sides who go to Beechwood Park and come away with a win. This one meant something. You could start to see it. The identity, the intensity. McKimball was beginning to take shape. However, the management and players knew it was only pre-season, but the signs were there. Something was building, and it was only going to get tougher. Next up, another massive test. A trip to the seaside to face Troon, one of the favourites for this season's West of Scotland Football League Premier Division title. A fixture that's truly never friendly. Pride and bragging rights are always at stake. Medda v Troon always has a proper edge to it. So, in a perfect, sunshine-filled sky in South Ayrshire, the next pre-season game kicked off. As predicted before kick-off, conditions were tough and preparation became everything. Every detail we did in the build-up mattered and it showed on the park. Troon made it a real contest. They were organised, they were resilient, and on another day, they might have expected to take something from the game. But this Medda side was starting to show something different. A real character, a real togetherness, a real determination to win. If teams were going to take anything off them this season, they were going to have to earn it. And on the day, it was Medda who delivered. 2-0 winners and the bragging rights secured in the South Ayrshire sunshine. The gaffer's aim of turning a group into a team quickly was unfolding right before us. With every game, the standards weren't just being met, they were being raised and being raised by the players themselves. And the message within the squad was crystal clear. No jersey was safe. Perform or you would have to step aside. Because in this Medda team, there was no room for passengers or individuals, only teammates willing to drive standards and push each other forward for the collective goal. Our final home pre-season challenge at Medda Park would see us take on another Premier Division club. Beeve Juniors this time the visitors, and Beeve had recently set the standards in recent seasons with successive league titles. The next time the team and the fans would return to Medda Park would be for match day 1 on Saturday the 26th of July, when we would face newly promoted Muirkirk Juniors. The Medda had one final fixture in pre-season, and one that mattered more than the others perhaps. A different kind of test, a game with a different kind of edge. Jamie McKim versus his younger brother, Lewis McKim. This was Medda against Glenvale. Was this battle more than pre-season? This one was for the John Grant Trophy, in honour of a man who supported both clubs, backing them through his business, J.W. Grant Building, Timber and Landscaping Supplies. This one was personal. Family bragging rights were on the line. Family Feud, the McKim edition, was locked at 1 win apiece. Something was going to have to give. Everything to play for. There had to be a winner on the day. And here's how that final chapter of pre-season played out.
Father, good run. Come on, big man.
And with that, the final chapter of pre-season came to a close. Final score, Glenvale 2, Medda 3. The home side struck first, but Medda responded well. 3 goals going 3-1 up, before a late push made it a little bit nervy, and the game finished, as I said, 3-2. However, the most important fact of the day, bragging rights were secured. Big brother Jamie 2, little brother Lewis 1. 7 games, different challenges, different levels of competition, but one clear outcome. A group of players had become a competitive squad, standards set, belief building, and a dressing room starting to understand what exactly it would take. Pre-season wasn't perfect, but it was purposeful, and it laid the foundations for everything that followed. Performance in pre-season helped to build the team. Their togetherness as a squad throughout the season would make them champions. In the next episode, we'll cover the month of July, where the talking stops and the points start to matter. We'll take you through it all, month by month. The big moments, the setbacks, the turning points, all the way to the day Medda were crowned champions.